or in the Hamptons, which is a staple of New York socialites that you haven't yet seen. And, you know, we all kind of dated each other, so we have to date more people or each other's parents. And
dead to you, why are you at the wake? Cursing my name.
Did you really think Blake Lively only recently developed a mean girl reputation because of all the drama surrounding Justin Baldoni? Think again. A surprising revelation from her former co-star, America Ferrera, has resurfaced, claiming that Blake allegedly fat-shamed her during the filming of The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants back in 2005. Long before the designer gowns, the Gossip Girl fame, the Hollywood power couple image with Ryan Reynolds, or the friendship circle of global superstars like Taylor Swift, Blake was already showing signs of being difficult behind the scenes. When you look at these old claims in the context of the current controversies, everything starts to make a lot more sense. As Blake's public legal battles and on-set disputes have unfolded, people have begun peeling away her perfect girl image. The more layers that come off, the more cracks appear beneath the surface. Suddenly, the stories about her being controlling, strategic, or even manipulative don't feel so shocking. They feel like a pattern that's just now being exposed to the public eye. This recent wave of criticism isn't coming out of nowhere. From early co-star conflicts to uncomfortable moments during productions and the accusations emerging during her dispute with Baldoni, the picture being painted is consistent. Instead of a sudden shift in her personality, many are beginning to believe that this version of Blake has always existed, hidden behind red carpets, flawless photos, and a carefully curated persona that the public was never meant to question. And now, with the spotlight brighter than ever, people are finally connecting the dots. Blake's polished image may have dominated headlines for years, but the behind-the-scenes stories tell a very different tale, one that's becoming harder and harder for her to control.
It makes perfect sense that the girls that are so different are such good friends. I'm very different than a lot of my friends, but I just think that, you know, as long as you guys support each other and think highly of the person, and I try to surround myself with people that I want to be more like, that I see qualities in them that I'm like, they're a really great person. I want to be around them more because I would love.
An old interview with Blake Lively and America Ferrera has resurfaced, and it's causing a wave of new speculation about what their relationship was really like back in 2005. In the clip, Blake jumps into the conversation with bright energy, answering the interviewer's questions with enthusiasm. But America's body language tells a completely different story. She sits back, looking tired, uninterested, and at moments even rolls her eyes, something fans did not miss. This interview took place shortly after the two had worked together on The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, a film where their characters were extremely close. But now that people are rewatching the footage, the contrast in their behavior feels almost startling. Blake's bubbly confidence and America's visible discomfort have sparked new conversations online about whether something behind the scenes may have been off between them. And with Blake's name currently tied to multiple controversies, people are connecting this old interview to the bigger picture. What once looked like harmless awkwardness is now being viewed through a different lens. Fans are asking whether this was an early sign that the tension on set wasn't just acting, or whether America was already feeling the strain of a dynamic that the public didn't know about yet. The resurfaced clip hasn't provided concrete answers, but it has opened the door to a flood of questions. And as more people revisit Blake's past behavior, what once looked like an innocent moment now seems like another piece of a much larger puzzle.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2 stars America Ferrera and Blake Lively stop by Good Day LA, and the conversation quickly turned to Gossip Girl, like all conversations do now. That's when Miss Ferrera and I forged our own Sisterhood of the Traveling contempt for Gossip Girl.
If you haven't seen Gossip Girl, just about everything has happened. Unbelievable. No, you'd be surprised how much hasn't happened. You know, at the end of the first season, I was like, okay, well, what happens now? But we have a few more characters already in the beginning of the first season that come in and mess up our lives even more. We start in the Hamptons, which is a staple of New York socialites that you haven't yet seen. And, you know, we all kind of dated each other, so we have to date more people or each other's parents. And I don't know.
Come on! Wow. Let the clip run. She strangles her. We'll be right back after this dirty mouth moment.
From watching the movie, you might expect the cast of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants to have had a warm, friendly off-screen dynamic. But according to fan discussions and resurfaced online claims, the reality may have been very different. Rumors have circulated for years alleging that Blake Lively's behavior on set wasn't as sweet or effortless as the character she played. Some online sources claim she acted bossy or entitled toward the casting crew, with America Ferrera reportedly feeling the impact the most. These unverified allegations suggest that Blake directed hurtful jokes toward America, especially comments about her appearance and weight. According to people who claim to be familiar with the set, America made it clear she was uncomfortable, yet the teasing allegedly continued. Some even believe Blake tried to downplay America's feelings, framing her reactions as overly sensitive or dramatic. Whether these claims are true or exaggerated, they have fueled years of speculation about the tension between the two actresses. More rumors suggest the situation went beyond uncomfortable jokes. There are claims that Blake may have influenced the social atmosphere on set, leaving America feeling isolated or unsupported. What makes these allegations notable is that America reportedly did nothing to provoke the negativity. She simply wasn't part of Blake's preferred circle. Online discussions have contributed to a broader narrative that Blake has faced before, one involving complicated relationships and behind-the-scenes tension. Similar stories have resurfaced about Blake's time on Gossip Girl, particularly concerning her relationship with Penn Badgley. Fans who followed the series closely have pointed out claims that Penn expected a professional, respectful working partnership, but allegedly encountered friction instead. Some anonymous sources have suggested that Blake may have spread unflattering rumors about Penn, which created an uncomfortable environment for him during the show's early years. Because Blake's star power rose quickly, insiders claim other cast members weren't eager to challenge her version of events. At the same time, the entertainment press often favored Blake, giving more weight to her public image than to any quiet tension behind the scenes. Some fans believe this imbalance contributed to Penn's struggles in the industry for a period, before he eventually found major success again in the series You. Whether these stories are fully accurate or partially exaggerated, they continue to spark conversation among longtime viewers of the show. Today, people have started comparing those past rumors to Blake's current situation with Justin Baldoni. Discussions surrounding their recent conflict point out similar patterns: the feeling that Justin was treated differently, the noticeable distance between them during promotional events, and the ongoing claims involving script control and creative decisions. According to allegations mentioned in the lawsuit, Blake may have made script changes without Justin's approval and relied on outside influence, including Ryan Reynolds, during the filmmaking process. These claims have not been proven, but their mere existence has added fuel to the controversy. All of this has led observers to notice a striking pattern. The stories involving America, Penn, and now Justin share similar themes of isolation, imbalance of power, and behind-the-scenes influence. Online commentators argue that Blake's public image, polished, charming, and effortless, doesn't always match the narratives that appear when old interviews, rumors, and testimonies resurface. Whether these allegations reflect reality or result from misunderstandings, they have shaped how many people interpret the current situation. In the end, if these claims hold any truth, they suggest a long-running pattern in Blake's professional relationships, one where influence, control, and image management play a significant role. But until facts are confirmed, these remain allegations and online speculation. Even so, the consistency of these stories across different projects has made her present disputes far more understandable to those following the drama today.
So I'm hoping to see you back in the double duty role.
I think there are better people for that one.
Justin.
I think Blake Lively's ready to direct. That's what I think. So, yeah.
Justin said he doesn't know if he'd be game to direct the next one, but perhaps Blake would. Is that something that you would entertain?
Oh, absolutely. I think that whoever decides to take charge of the next one would do it justice. But, it's a lot of people to get the same schedules together again, so we'll see.
Oh, absolutely. She's so capable of that. She is a powerhouse. She could do...
During the film's press tour, online discussions began circulating about behind-the-scenes tension between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. According to unverified reports and fan commentary, Justin allegedly found out that Ryan Reynolds had been involved in shaping the movie's rooftop scene, a creative choice he supposedly wasn't informed about. These rumors fueled ongoing speculation that Justin was gradually pushed out of key decision-making moments during production. The claims didn't stop there. Some sources online have suggested that Blake took center stage at nearly every press event and premiere, leaving Justin and his team feeling overshadowed. There were even allegations that Justin's team ended up waiting in the basement during certain press appearances, which made some observers feel as if Blake was being positioned as the film's primary creative force rather than its director. None of this has been proven, but the conversations surrounding it continue to gain traction among fans. Whenever Blake shared that Justin made her uncomfortable or behaved inappropriately on set, fans quickly resurfaced clips of the two together that appeared to contradict those claims. This only added more fuel to the speculation. Some viewers who analyzed the footage began to theorize that Blake may have developed personal feelings toward Justin and expected some sort of quiet, romantic chemistry during filming. When he did not reciprocate, the theories suggest tensions allegedly escalated, echoing older rumors about her past relationship dynamics with Penn Badgley. Longtime followers of Gossip Girl have often referenced those earlier allegations. Blake reportedly dated Penn for a couple of years, and rumors from that era suggest that when problems arose between them, the atmosphere on set became noticeably strained. While none of this has been confirmed by the actors, fan speculation has continued for years, painting the situation as more dramatic than what the public saw. The conversation becomes even more complicated when fans revisit Blake's dynamic with Leighton Meester. For years, viewers assumed the actresses were close because Serena and Blair appeared inseparable on screen. But industry insiders and old interviews tell a different story. During the show's 10th anniversary celebration, executive producer Joshua Safran explained that Blake and Leighton were polite to each other, but not actually friends. He emphasized that they were simply very different people, describing Blake as outgoing and spontaneous while characterizing Leighton as quiet and introverted. His comments were meant to neutralize the situation, but fans felt it confirmed long-suspected tension. Several resurfaced interviews also reignited debate. In some clips, Blake appears to make awkward or unusually sharp jokes toward Leighton, including comments about her unusual upbringing. Another moment circulating online shows Blake comparing her co-stars to monkeys, which many fans viewed as uncomfortable and unnecessary. These moments have contributed to the growing belief that Blake's off-screen behavior sometimes clashed with the polished, gracious image she maintained in public. Taken together, these claims form a picture that is far more complicated than the glowing Hollywood persona often associated with Blake Lively. Whether it's through alleged favoritism, awkward press interactions, or rumored behind-the-scenes conflicts, the recurring stories suggest a pattern that some believe has followed her from project to project. Still, it's important to remember that these accounts remain unverified, shaped largely by fan interpretation, online speculation, and decades-old interviews. Yet the consistency of the stories is what continues to spark conversation today, especially as Blake faces new scrutiny in her current dispute with Justin Baldoni.